Hello, my name is Cheyenne Kramer. Good evening, wherever you may be this evening. And welcome to my hangout that I'm calling The End of Poverty Begins Here. That might sound a little heavy to some people. I've had some people kind of question exactly what I'm talking about by that. And we certainly are not looking at anything in an unrealistic light at this point in time. We just recognize that it's time for some new ideas, some new systems, some new processes to begin to start to lift some people up out of poverty who absolutely are wanting that but have not been given the stepping stones to allow them to move forward. So that's what we're all about. We have a division of our company we call We Care Partnerships Network. And through We Care, we are bringing people together. Some of the folks who are coming to us right now are people who say, hey, I would like to be serving people in the community, but I don't know how to go about it and still keep a roof over my head. Still others are saying, wow, I have heard about your Project Uplift, and I think I'd like to be involved with it. Is there a way that I can work with you? You can mentor me. Maybe at some point I'll be able to start my own poverty elimination program. So that's some of the things that we're going to explore here in the next 30 to 45 minutes probably, and just giving you some details about what we've learned about the way to be able to develop business, and I'm talking for-profit business, that has the ability to lift people up and to help us to be able to work in the communities that we live in. So with all that said, again, I welcome you. I thank you so much for being here. And I am going to do my very best to see if I can do a screen share. And hopefully tonight I won't lose my microphone in the process. So hold on, bear with me as I see if I can share my screen and be able to start to show you some of the things that we're doing. Okay, just checking the mic to make sure it looks like it's still working. It looks like it is, and I've got a message here that I am in screen share mode, so yay! That is a good thing. So let me, it's telling me I'm in screen share mode, but I'm not sure that I'm here we go. This is where I want to be. Okay, so in screen share mode, and it's still giving me that. And let me just go back and be able to see. Yes, looks like the microphone's still working, so we're good. Thanks for hanging with me. So first off, I'm going to go to my PowerPoint, and I'm going to do my best to not get caught up in my PowerPoint this evening because, yeah, that might be where I lost my microphone last night. But anyway, here's my PowerPoint. We Care Partnerships Network is what we're called, and we like to look at ourselves as the end of poverty begins here. So let me just start by introducing myself, my husband. He wasn't able to be here with me this evening, but he is very much a part of the We Care Partnership Network. We are owners of a company called Triangle Solutions Alliance, and it includes a community development division we call the We Care Partnerships Network. Don has a unique background. He grew up in the low-income projects just out of Washington, D.C. And he did graduate high school. He has a Marine Corps background. And he went on to run a successful $100,000 per year business for 15 years. That's pretty awesome stuff for a guy that started out in some not-so-good environments. Don also ran as an independent candidate for governor in 2012 in the state of North Carolina under what we called the Prime Law movement. Some of you may know something about that. And Cheyenne actually teaches and has been teaching and counseling people who are unemployed for the past 20 years in terms of how to find their purpose, their passion, and produce income with it. In 2013, I had kind of an unusual series of events that took me in some new directions, ones that I did not expect. I ended up teaching in homeless shelters and also in organizations where formerly incarcerated people were working hard to become reintegrated back into society. Our agenda for this evening is to just share with you a process we have developed. We believe that these are the stepping stones out of poverty that can be created by a business and give everyone a chance to learn how to be a value creator, to learn how to build wealth. I'm also going to share some ideas on how you can integrate this concept into an existing business you already have, and share some ideas on how you could start your own poverty elimination program, as we like to call them, including information on a training program that's going to launch at the end of August that could help you to launch your own program. All things that are just here for you to be aware of and take advantage of if you so desire. So let's start with a concept that some of you may have heard of and some of you may not. But there is a growing desire out here for something that we like to talk about calling make all the people rich, including the poor. And that's a tough one for some people to swallow, but when you understand that we can lower prices by getting back to a competitive business environment, and we can create stepping stones for more people to be able to learn how to become a value creator, a business owner, then where is the tough part of that? We can shorten the gap and create more opportunity for people to be able to develop wealth. So what if there was a process that you could begin right away to build income and eventual wealth for you while simultaneously paying it forward to one or more of our challenged populations? When would you want to know about it? We've built what we like to call We Care's Poverty Elimination Program. And although I'm not going to get into all the details of the full program here, I'll just give you kind of the outline of what we're doing here in our community. We're training people at all levels of the economy to find their purpose and their passion and teaching them how to build a business around it. We're teaching them how to communicate it so others will be interested and will follow along with them. And we're teaching people how to live in that purpose and passion. Many of the people who are signing up for our current training program have a similar desire. They want to lift various segments of the population out of poverty. Some of the folks I'm talking to have a desire to help homeless women, homeless people in general, ex-offenders or formerly incarcerated people, women who've come through domestic violence, domestic abuse, and oh my goodness, what about our veterans, our military veterans? There's way too many of them that are not being self-sustaining, too many who are homeless, too many who are dealing with too many health and mental health issues. So we have been very fortunate in recent weeks to come across people who have helped us to put together a way to house these people. We can get people out of homeless shelters and teach them how to become value creators. And the most exciting part of all of this is that we can do it without using government funds. How refreshing is that? So just to get a little bit into our process, because I want you to get some value out of this presentation as well. So the first step in this process is what we like to call finding your song. What we do is provide people with tools and processes to help them identify the song in their heart that wants to create value while lifting up those who have become stuck in the poverty trap. One of the first things that I ask people to do, and again, I work with both professional level people and folks who are stuck in this poverty trap, and I ask them all the same question. What challenges or difficult situations have you come through? Have you conquered? Have you rose above during your lifetime? And what could you be sharing with others about that experience? Who could you be giving hope to? What segment of the population will you naturally relate to? I had to go through some of these questions even for myself when I started out on this journey, but I will tell you, sometimes through the journey, you learn more and more about yourself and what you're capable of doing. I had no idea that as I was growing up and as I was listening to my parents, who both worked for state government, I had no idea that I was developing this very deep passion to be able to fill the service gaps that the government, the state government, was not providing to people. I learned about these things. I heard about these things by listening to my parents. My mom actually worked for the welfare department, the state mental hospital, the prison system. She worked for all these things. And now here I am out here working with all these different segments of the population. It's really amazing. And of course, the really funny part is that my mom, when she was pregnant with me and was trying to decide what to name me, my dad, who was Algonquin Indian, wanted his first child to have an Indian name. But they did not have access to any of our ancestors who could guide them in that direction. The interesting part was that my mom worked for the state prison system at the time, and she ended up digging through prisoner files. And as a result of that, she found a prisoner's file who was a Native American, and he had his two daughters' names listed in the file. One of them happened to be Cheyenne. So isn't that interesting? I'm named after a prisoner's daughter, and I am now helping in the formerly incarcerated community. You just never know where your passions and where your purpose are going to take you. So here's the next step in the process that we share with people. Once you know who you wish to work with, how do you build a business around your work, especially if people cannot initially pay you that you want to help? For decades, people have believed the only way to provide community service is through starting a charity or a nonprofit. But the truth of the matter is, our current economy no longer supports this service model. So the question that a lot of people are asking is, can we build a for-profit business and still help these people? Good question. So here's what a lot of people are still unfamiliar with. We call it the rise of social enterprise or social entrepreneurship. As old structures crumble, new ones emerge. And here in North Carolina, we've heard it called fourth sector business. We've heard it called social enterprise. Many charities and nonprofits right now are closing their doors due to reductions in grant funding and reductions in donations. There's a lot of churches that aren't making it. The only thing that's saving some of them is the addition of earned income streams. It's real tough for some nonprofits to think about going down this path, but more and more of them are becoming open to it as a matter of survival. They are learning to get involved in selling products and services and use some of those profits to provide community services. They're learning to become self-sustaining. They're beginning to operate like regular businesses. It's a very different world. My husband and I, when we first got together, actually had the thrill of living 2 blocks from the very first Ben & Jerry's ice cream store. Any of you who know about Ben & Jerry's, it's a great thing to be right next door. But Ben & Jerry, they were some very early social entrepreneurs, and they used to go out and help nonprofits own a Ben & Jerry's franchise to do exactly what we're talking about here. They would put some of their clients to work in the franchise, and then the profits from the franchise went back into the nonprofit to help them to continue their work. So what we're talking about now is the hybrid business, a new breed of business. It's really for profit, but it has a social mission and doesn't necessarily need to go out there looking for grants and donations. Although there are some type of for-profit businesses that are working their way into that arena where they might actually be able to get grant money from a foundation somewhere, not necessarily from the government. So there are entities out here called B corporations or benefit corporations, and they have what's known as a triple bottom line. Instead of just a bottom line that's all about profit, it's about people, profit, and planet. So the idea is that you don't sacrifice one for another, which is where a lot of people have gotten a little bit frustrated with some of our traditional large corporations, is that they don't see a balance. It's too profit driven, and sometimes the other two bottom lines are sacrificed in the process. One of the things we heard from our General Assembly here in North Carolina this year is that any corporation has enough flexibility in it to declare a mission and direct some of their profits to help others. And sole proprietors can do that too. You don't necessarily have to have a corporation. The good thing about being a hybrid business is we're not restricted by IRS regulations on how we make our money. Yes, we're going to pay taxes on it, but there's enough things that we can do in the community as part of our business to reduce our tax burden. So, the good news is we can make our money any way that's legal, and we don't have to worry about additional taxes on it. So that means we can fill a gap that nonprofits typically cannot or are afraid to do. We can partner with the nonprofits to put their clients to work as entrepreneur apprentices. And I'd like to show you just for a moment an example of what we're doing here locally. And we call it Project Uplift. And Project Uplift is actually a team of folks who've gotten together. Most of us are business owners, and we have been putting together the plans and the processes to put more people to work. As you can see here, we talk about empowering people to be self-sustaining. At their core, most people don't want a continuous handout. They want a hand up. And so we direct people to this website to find out how they can become part of our movement to lift people up. So, we do have an about page on our page here. We just let people know a little bit about who we are and what we're doing. And what's really cool is that we have started to accumulate, and I'm hoping I can pull this page up. Yeah, there it is. We've started to accumulate quite a group of business partners. And so you can see part of what we do as our business model, we provide advertising through this web page for any small business that partners with us. If they partner with us, that means that they're either donating a portion of their sales to what we do. Oftentimes we get involved in helping them to sell, and we get commissions for that. People here sometimes have purchased a product that helps to support what we're doing. We've had just lots of people who are buying different types of products that are supporting our effort. That's part of what we do, is we have a whole catalog of products. We like to call ourselves a walking Walmart of products that people can choose. And, you know, every one of these folks in some way, shape, or form has been supporting the Project Uplift mission. And so in return, we provide advertising for them. It's no different than thinking about yourself as a nonprofit, and all these small businesses are like our sponsors, except that we're not a nonprofit, and they know it because we're very upfront about that right from the beginning. So that's our example. We actually have some of this activity going on. We teach in accordance with what we do. So then, of course, a lot of people say, well, okay, Cheyenne, but what if I don't have a business right now? I'm not in a place where, you know, I don't have a business started yet. I can't get involved in, you know, creating contributions to some of these people in the challenged communities. What do I do? So part of the training that we do is we help people identify the 3 simplest ways to start a business. And, you know, we provide some guidance and some brainstorming, and we put a lot of things on a buffet table for you to take a look at to see if they make sense for you. And, you know, that includes things like creating a service and being a consultant. That can be so broad. That's what Don did for 15 years. He had the ability to fix copying machines and printers. And so he just started offering that service out of our house, out of our garage. He became an office equipment consultant. And he did a great job of it, and even put other people to work through it. So he was creating work for other people. It was wonderful. Lots of ways you can start and become a consultant of some sort, create a service of some sort. And it doesn't have to be rocket science. You can also get involved in developing a knowledge product. I show people lots of examples of people who have gone out and created ebooks that they sell. Kindle books are a hot item these days. Everybody has knowledge that somebody else is willing to purchase. And even a training program like what we've created. Those are all knowledge products. I even like to put some forms of advertising in the category of a knowledge product. And of course, you can adopt an existing product or service to sell, or a whole bunch of them like we do. We have a whole catalog of them we talk about. And actually, oh no, it just dumped out on me. I was hoping I wouldn't do that tonight, but it's okay. I will show you just for a moment that here is a page that we have, and we have a whole bunch of our products that we sell on this page. So, you know, and we try to find products that kind of fit in with our desire to be helping with people's health, their wealth, and their peace. And so, you know, peace of mind is huge in terms of being able to sell a service that gives people the ability to learn their rights in any situation. We have a number of wellness products we work with. One that kind of includes a bottle of miracle molecules that are very powerful in terms of helping the body remember how to heal itself. We have things that improve sleep, that can filter your air and water. We're big believers that reducing a bill like your cell phone bill and maybe even getting paid to use it is a powerful thing, especially with all the people out here who have government-sponsored phones. What if that goes away and these people get cut off completely out here? We have a program where we can help people to be able to find 6 supporters who will transfer their service, and we can help somebody get off the government program and into a program where they can earn free cell phone service for as long as they have at least 6 people also buying the service from them. That's powerful. And very much into helping people learn how to attract prospects on the internet. We have a mobile app that gives inspiration and motivation to people every week. And, you know, if you're into the wealth thing, creating your own cash cow, building residual income, these are the kinds of products that we put together and we offer out here. And, of course, back here, and now I just got to get back to my page. And here we are, back here. So back here, the other thing is that you can train your entrepreneur apprentices to sell and market anything. And the other piece that we do is that we partner with a lot of advertisers. You can partner with these existing businesses and help them build their businesses. This is another part of what we're doing through Project Uplift. You can see over here we have a page that says Purchase Advertising. So on this page we have a whole number of advertising alliance partners that we work with, and we offer a lot of different types of advertising. A flyer delivery service that has been very effective as a way for small businesses to be able to advertise for a fairly small amount of money. We offer Chamber of Commerce memberships through our website, an online video marketing system, a barter exchange membership, internet radio advertising, and even the creation of a website video. So if anybody buys through this site, we're really sharing revenue out of this purchase with our advertising alliance partners. And we have people who are working as apprentices with us to help to sell this advertising. So it is fabulous to be able to have these partnerships and be able to put some people to work. I can't tell you how exciting it is sometimes. So, you know, you can start a business or you can partner with existing businesses. Either one will work. You can make money and you can help other people to make money too. So once you know who you want to work with and what type of business you want to be in, we say the second step of our process is you've got to learn to sing your song, because there are so many people out here who are doing similar things. I don't care whether you're talking about realtors, financial planners, insurance agents, and of course, my favorite, network marketers. Everybody's out here talking about the same thing, and they all look and sound alike. It's like carbon copy. It reminds me of the old carbon paper we used to use many years ago. You know, whatever was imprinted on that first page was imprinted on every page after that. And we've got to get out of that carbon copy mentality when it comes to marketing our products and services. You've got to develop your own personal brand. And oftentimes, it makes sense to combine that with your cause, whoever the people are that you wish to help. Marketing has changed drastically in the last 10 years, and it's no longer effective to market your product or service in the ways that they used to be marketed. You've got to learn to market you and your cause, and then bring along your product or service on the back end. That's what more people are looking for, and especially on the internet. If you're not harnessing the internet to do your marketing, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're missing out on a lot of things, but you've got to figure out your unique personal brand and oftentimes combine it with whatever your cause is. I love to talk about attraction marketing. It really is an art. It doesn't matter whether you're marketing online or offline. People want to buy from people they know, they like, and they trust. And it's getting harder to figure out who should you trust these days. So when you focus on your mission or your cause, people learn about you, they learn about your core values. They want to buy from you because they know a portion of the sale will be used to lift someone up in the community you are serving. That's a biggie for a lot of people. I like to talk about finding your ideal clients. You know, there's too many people in business who make the mistake of thinking that their customer is everybody. Oh, this is great for everybody. Well, maybe it is. But I promise you, there's only a certain segment of the population that's going to naturally gravitate towards you. And that's why your unique personal brand, your cause, these things need to be combined so that when you go out to a meetup group, a chamber of commerce, a business networking group, you know how you are differentiating yourself from all the other people out there. You can build a web page around your personal brand and use search engines or paid advertising to be able to find your ideal clients. You can build email marketing lists and lead capture pages, along with using a variety of social media. One of the tools that we're selling and starting to work with is actually a tool that allows you to go out on the internet and scrape a bunch of email addresses into a file of a particular target market that you want to work with. And you can build email lists and send out emails with some very nice offers to try to attract people to you and build your email list that way. The important piece you must remember is you must sing your own unique personal brand song in every situation. And again, I'll show you an example of what I've been doing because it's kind of unique. The products that we use as fundraising tools for Project Uplift are products that are part of network marketing programs. And I'm sure every one of you has had an experience where, you know, maybe on Facebook, maybe on LinkedIn, maybe somebody gets your email address and they're just wanting to go, see my happy, shiny product all the time. That's all you ever hear from them is, you know, I don't care what company they represent. They're just sticking their product in your face or they're sticking their opportunity in your face all the time, and you get a little tired of it. And so understand that when we're using these products, we're using them as fundraising tools. And so what we do when we're looking to build our teams is we go out looking for what we call professional fundraisers. And so this page is my Join My Community page. And I say, hey, apply here to become part of Project Uplift. There's a link that will take them to my Project Uplift site. If you're wondering if we might be a good match to work with each other, learn more about me and my story in the video below. So I actually have a PowerPoint video that you can see out there on YouTube. And when people watch that, they fill in this little contact form, and they even give me an explanation of why they're interested in working with me. Do you see how powerful that is when people come to me and say, hey, I like what you're doing, how can I be a part of it? Instead of going out there and banging on doors constantly, hoping that somebody will like your happy, shiny product. So these are all things that are just a little bit different, but it's about developing that unique personal brand. So next page. So all of this leads to what we like to talk about is living your song. And as you build income in your business and you engage other people to help you in your business, where you're mentoring people in sales and marketing at the same time that you're making money. You make money and they make money. We have to keep the win-win concept going on there. But it's important to include residual income. If you've not ever read Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, please get a hold of that book and understand the power of residual income. It's the income that keeps coming in, whether you're working or not. Our parents built residual income by building a pension fund, building up their Social Security fund, building up a 401k plan. But all of these things are disappearing. So we must develop residual income in order to live our song and to be in a good position to help other people live theirs. So living your song involves building enough residual income to allow you to help who you want, when you want. We actually recommend that depending on who you're looking to serve, we talk about creating an apprenticeship fund in your business. We take 10% of our product sales to help pay an apprentice to train with us. Sometimes we'll take money out of that fund and help them to join one of our product sales teams if they've already shown us that they're committed and willing to work with us. So becoming a mentor to one or more person, helping them to learn sales and marketing in your business is one of the most important things you can do, because you will help somebody gain the confidence to launch their own business. That's exactly what happened to me in the 1990s. After I got laid off twice in less than a year, after getting frustrated because I knew I wanted to start a business and I just didn't know how to go about it, I had a woman who brought me into her company. It was a staffing company, and she mentored me for 6 years. She showed me how to go from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset, and she paid me very well for working in her business. And when I finally got to a place that I said, you know, I think I'm ready to launch my own, she was delighted and she was happy to have been a part of helping me to launch. And so now it's all about paying it forward and helping other people to launch. So here's a question for you. Are you ready to help us start the movement to end poverty now? Are you ready to create your own poverty elimination program of some sort or another? Or maybe can you see yourself helping someone else raise funds and recruit members for their poverty elimination program? And when I talk about that, you might help somebody else raise funds, but at the same time, you get paid to do it. You get paid in the fundraising. You become a paid professional fundraiser, as well as being involved in helping to recruit people to the fundraising teams. Can you see the value of being able to show people what we're about. A lot of us have been telling people what we're about for a while now, but being able to show people, that's powerful. So are you ready to get started in that arena? I like to say most people fall into one of three categories. They're either an A, B, or a C. And granted, we love them all. An A person says something like, hey, this is awesome stuff. I'm ready to create my own program and teach others to do the same. How do I get started? A B person might say, hey, before I try to embrace this whole program, this is a lot. Do you have a way I can learn by working in your project and kind of get a better understanding so I can prepare to launch my own? And a C person might say, hey, this is cool stuff, but I'm just not ready right now. But please keep me in the loop for the future. And those are all good things to know and to say. So for our A friends, we invite you to check out our training program called Find Your Song, Sing Your Song, Live Your Song. It starts on August 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Each session will be recorded, so if somebody can't make a session, they can make it up later. And since you attended this webinar, we have a special discount page for you. And you can find it right here, cheyennkramer.com/tv-find-your-song.html. And I will take you to this page just so I can show you some things you may want to know. If you have any questions about this program, right at the top of the page I have put a contact field in there, so you can just say, hey, I'm interested in this, but I really got some questions, and just put it in the comment section here and let's get your questions answered. This gives you a little bit more information about me and about the program and what we'll be covering, some of the things that we'll do in the program. And here's what I really want you to see. Again, Thursdays and Mondays from August 28th to October 2nd, skipping Labor Day on September 1st, we'll be meeting from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 19 hours of combined instruction plus group coaching for just $149. I expect this is the last time I will offer this at this rate, because 19 hours is quite a bit of value to receive. But anybody who gets to this page as a result of watching this video, this webinar, I have a special price for TVP members and Hangout guests of just $99. Each session will be recorded. No worries if you can't make it to a live broadcast. So you can see right here through PayPal, this is a place if somebody's really ready to jump in and figure out how to start their own business that can be part of the poverty elimination movement, then this is a great place to start. If that sounds a little hefty to you right now, and I understand, it's a lot, and some people are not in the right space for that right now. If not, then maybe you might have an interest in helping us with Project Uplift. We invite you to consider helping us to raise funds and build teams for our Project Uplift. And again, understand, when I say help us raise funds, I'm talking about you raising funds too. You get paid, we get paid, we all work together, we create funds to lift people up out of the poverty trap. To take a look at our fundraising programs, you can go back to the page that I showed you earlier. It's wecare-partnerships.com/products.html. And I will zip you over there for just a moment. So once again, you can see that. That is, and again, I have put a contact us form right here at the top of this page. If you've got questions about any of these products, you're not quite sure which one might be a good fit for you to work with, you can click on each of these and be able to go direct to a product page that will give you quite a bit of information. So that is for our bee friends. And for everybody else, hey, we understand how important timing can be when getting involved in a new endeavor, and it's okay. We hope you'll connect with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, YouTube. If you run across any people who might like this concept, please send them to our YouTube video that they can learn about this and see if there's something here for them. And just let us know when the timing's right for you. We would love to be able to help you. So here is my phone number, my email address, Cheyenne Kramer, 919-671-6134. You can reach me at trianglesolutionsalliance@gmail.com. And you can reach my husband Don at 919-931-8990. His email is drkramer@gmail.com. And you can catch the recording of this webinar by going to youtube.com and just search for Cheyenne Kramer. You'll find our video. It should have the title, "The End of Poverty Begins Here." So that is the majority of what we had to share with you. And I am hoping and praying I can get back to my original page. One never knows. There we are. And if I can stop the screen share. Yay! Here we are. And I'm not quite sure why I've got a blue hue on me at this point, but that's okay. Ooh, something must be going kind of silly with my my webcam. But anyhow, I thank you for staying with us. It looks like we might have made it all the way through tonight. It looks like my microphone might still be working. And if you have any questions, our contact information is in this video. And I certainly hope to hear from some of you, be able to chat with some of you. It's an exciting time with all the things that we've got going on. And we would absolutely be honored to include you in some way, shape, or form. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.